Hey Chibi, I really want to watch One Piece, but I don't have the time to watch it all day. How many episodes should I watch a day so I can finish before Attack on Titan comes out?
Look at me! Look at me, boy!
It spilled on you, and your arm got really hard. And you were in pain, which means you can't beat me when I'm wet. I'm angry and I'm wet.
What is up, my fellow Chibits? Hopefully all of you are having a very good day or night, no matter when you watch this video. And as always, I want to ask, how has your week been? I know I asked in my TG video yesterday, but I want to ask once again, because not everybody's going to watch my Tokyo Ghoul video. So, how has your week been? Has it been good? Has it been bad? You know, how's school doing? How is work doing? I mean, just how is life in general? Hopefully all of you right now are having a good time. And if for some reason you are having a bad day or a bad week or a bad month or even a bad year, I do hope everything gets better for you. And I do send you some positive energy for all of you out there. And hopefully all of you guys can just, you know, be happy once again. So anyways, with that being out of the way, I just want to say I have quite the story to tell all of you. Before I get into answering questions, I gotta let you guys know something. So, if you follow me on Twitter, most likely you probably already know, but even if you do know, I want to give you some more to the story and context. So, on Twitter yesterday, I said I ate a bowl of raw venison. Yeah, no joke. Now, just an FYI, what venison is, it's deer meat. Just to clarify if you don't know what venison is. Now, many of you probably asking, Chibi, why did you eat raw venison? Well, that's the story. I want to get into that. So, yesterday, when I was, you know, getting videos prepared and all that, I had everything recorded and stuff, I ran out of coffee, and I decided to go to the store, get some cup of coffee, decided to get some food stuff, you know, just restock the refrigerator with some food and stuff, okay? And as I get home, I check and all that, and apparently my family actually made me some food, or they had food in the refrigerator, and, like, I was like, oh, this looks really good and all that. So, I open up the refrigerator and all that, and, you know, I'm looking through it and all that, and I'm like, you know, this looks like meatloaf. So, I pull out, you know, the meatloaf and all that, and I get one of my bowls, I put it in the bowl and all that, and then, you know, I put it in the microwave, I warm it up. Now, the thing is what I was eating was prepped meatloaf, or deer meatloaf, or venison meatloaf, and it wasn't fully cooked at all. And even though it wasn't fully cooked, let me explain why I fell for it. The number one reason is because venison, it is a darker meat, and it wasn't like hamburger meat red or anything. Literally, the way the venison was grounded up and stuff, it looked like it was cooked meat, and it did not look like hamburger meat or anything like that. So when I saw it and I started eating it, it looked like just normal meat. It tasted like normal meat, and with all the marination and seasoning and stuff that was put on it, I was just eating a pretty good sized bowl of it, of just raw venison with all sorts of, you know, stuff ready for it to be marinated in. I'm just like, when I found out a couple hours later, like 3 to 4 hours later, I'm like, I just did something with a 400 IQ. Like, yo, did I just legit eat raw venison? So, yeah, it's been almost 24 hours since I ate raw venison. I don't have food poisoning, so that's some good things. And, I mean, the meat was frozen for a while, so there's no possibility of any parasites living inside of it. So that's a good thing, too. So, I mean, just overall, I mean, yeah. That was quite the experience. At the very least, it was, you know, freshly caught, like, deer, like venison and all that, instead of, like, the store-bought beef and chicken, because that would have ended up really bad if I would have ate something like that. So, just, yeah, crazy story that happened to me yesterday night, and if you guys have any crazy stories like that, let me know in the comments below. But anyways, with that being said, let's get to answering some questions. I caught up to Gintama. Anyways, why is it that if someone yells duck, they are helping you, but if they yell chicken, they are insulting you? And I always wondered, but if you take an Oriental person and spin him around several times, does he become disorientated? Okay, that last one, that pun, like, yo, no, like, that the cringe. But, I see what you're doing here. You're doing a lot of wordplay, which Gintama is technically known for. But, it is weird when you think about it. When someone yells, duck, it means that just, like, they want you to kneel down. But when they say chicken and all that, they're just insulting you because you're a coward. So, I mean, it is pretty interesting that two separate birds, you know, when you recall them, they have completely different meaning. And then, also the wordplay on the Oriental person, just, yo, stop. Just chill. But, that is, That is interesting. I never really took a moment to think about that duck and chicken. What's your thoughts on Detective Conan beating the Avengers in Japan last weekend? Well, it doesn't really surprise me because, I mean, number one, Detective Conan is just a well-known series in Japan. It's been around for years. And I mean, of course Avengers is very popular. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to make light of Avengers Infinity War and all that. I'm just saying, when it comes to Japan, their tastes are very different from other people around the world. And also, Detective Conan, like I said, just, it's an iconic series. It's like their equivalent to Marvel's. Shonen stuff is like the equivalent of Marvel or DC for us in, you know, United States. So, I mean, thinking about it, I mean, it makes sense. It really does. Anyone that really is truly surprised by it, honestly, doesn't truly know that Japan just likes stuff like that. It's Chibi on his first day of high school. Remember that day? First day of high school. Yeah, actually, I do. But here's the thing. I had to wear khakis, and I had to wear a tucked-in blue shirt. Like, I had to wear no writing or wording or anything on a blue shirt, and I had to have it tucked in with a belt with khaki pants. That's what I had to wear when I was going to high school, and oh my god, I looked like a freaking dork, because at the time, I didn't do this with my hair, and also I had to keep my hair very short as well, because that's just how the coding system was for the school. Thoughts? I am actually kind of disturbed by this picture, not gonna lie. Hey Chibi, I downloaded Twitter for this, lol, but thoughts on where My Hero Academia Season 3 will end at? I know chances are it'll end around the license exam arc, but there's a fight right at the end of that arc. Tons of development that I'm dying to see. Obviously not my pick, but I gotta love it. Honestly, I don't really know where it's going to end. I can't really dive too deeply into that because if I did, obviously spoilers. I don't want to spoil anime onlys because I've tried to keep, you know, the channel spoiler-free as much as possible for My Hero Academia fans and don't want to go too deep into this question, but I would say, yeah, probably most likely a stopping point would be somewhere around the license exam. Yeah, it's probably going to be around there. I know you don't FGO, and nor do I, but I ask again, Ishtar Ren or Irishkigo? I probably just, you know, butchered that name. But, I am more of the Ren fan. Ishtar Ren is definitely quality. Did you ever have a moment in your everyday life when you noticed someone talking about anime or wearing anime gear like a t-shirt and you had the urge to talk to them? You like anime? Please, let's be friends. Isn't that, Defrag? I think that's Defrag. I think that picture is from Defrag the anime, which was a really good series. I wish it got a season 2. But, do I ever come across people in anime shirts? No. No, it's honestly, I have never seen anyone wear an anime shirt. I've never walked into a store, walked anywhere around Tennessee and encountered someone that, you know, had an anime shirt on or I knew they loved anime and talked to them. So, yeah, I mean, I usually go out with some anime stuff. Like, I wear a Tokyo Ghoul jacket when it's really cold or, you know, I'll wear the One Piece shirt I have or the Berserk shirt or Eto from Tokyo Ghoul and all that. I have a couple shirts I'll wear, but most of the time where I live, not many people are anime fans. Seriously, there really has never been that many. So, I mean, I don't really get many conversations or interactions like that. Who wore it better, Bill Nye, the science guy, or Rintaro Okabe? If you would have asked me this question about 10 years ago, I would have probably have said Bill Nye. But in recent times, I want to be honest. I mean, this is my personal opinion. Don't, you know, slit my throat for my opinion. But I haven't really been the biggest fan of Bill Nye's, like, newest, like, stuff. Like, what he has done. But I'm not going to put aside what he did in the past, especially when I was a child watching Bill Nye the Science Guy. I love that. I remember that used to be my jam growing up in school, watching that and all that in science class. But, I mean, nowadays, if I had to really make a decision from what I know now, I would say Okabe. He just wears the lab coat a lot better. Which one swallows better? Big Mom. The reason why is because Big Mom has birthed a lot of children. If you are in the world of My Hero Academia and your quirk is the ability to change the color of anything into another solid color of anything, also to remove or add new colors, I'm wondering a couple things. How would you use it, and what side of justice would you be on? Okay, so how would I use it? Well, you're saying the ability to change the color of anything into another solid color. So, for instance, this black shirt, okay, so you're saying I could remove the solid black from this shirt and turn it, let's say, into red. That's what you're basically saying. So I could literally take the colors out of anything and change it. That would be a very good quirk, not maybe for hero work, but for, disguises, or trying to slip in amongst the public and do certain things behind the scenes. It would definitely be a very useful power. Because, I mean, imagine something like this. Let's say there was, like, a dress code and all that, and I didn't have a proper color dress code. Just change my clothing to that dress code color. There you go. I'm perfect. I'm ready to go. Or let's say I needed to wear a certain outfit to sneak into a party. There you go. I could have a certain color to go in. I mean, also you could change certain things. Maybe certain important papers and stuff, you could change the color coding of it to completely mess it up. So, I mean, in a lot of ways, when you look at, the quirk, it does have a lot of applications. I don't think it would be anything fancy and crazy like something you would see with as a powerhouse, but I mean, it could definitely be used as stealth and deception. So, it'd definitely be a quirk depending on the type of person. It could easily be used for the good or the evil side. But I'd probably side with probably just being a trickster or prankster with it. So I'd probably say my side would be more on the villain side. Chibi, would you eat this? I created the real-life gotcha pork roast from Food Wars. Now for my question. When are we going to get the next chapter for Tokyo Ghoul Re? Is Ashita in a hiatus? Oh, thanks for recommendations on Berserk, the first volume. I definitely would eat that because I love bacon. It's my go-to. Thankfully, I've never ate raw pork or anything because that would probably definitely give me salmonella or some type of, disease or virus. But, I would definitely eat it because, fan of pork. But, the Tokyo Ghoul Re chapter came out yesterday, but the time you made this question was like last week or the end of last week, so yeah, you most likely now know by now that we have a chapter out. I don't think we're gonna have a 7 Deadly Sins chapter this week. I do believe One Piece and My Hero will be back this week, though. I do believe we will have a chapter this week. What is a touchy subject for you that you don't want Chibit asking about? Well, normally I'm very open about everything when it comes to my life. You can ask and usually I'll talk about it. But if there's one segment of my life I just don't talk about, it's usually when it comes to my mom. I just don't want to talk too much about that because there's just it's a very sore spot in my childhood and throughout my life as an early teenager. I don't really talk about that much. One day I will, but that is probably my most touchy subject, I think. For the most part, I'll talk about anything besides that. Hey Chibi, I really want to watch One Piece, but I don't have the time to watch it all day. How many episodes should I watch a day so I can finish before Attack on Titan comes out?
Look at me! Look at me, boy!
It spilled on you, and your arm got really hard. And you were in pain. Which means you can't beat me when I'm wet. I'm angry and I'm wet.
There is no way in hell you're going to be able to catch up with the One Piece anime before Attack on Titan comes out before the summer. I mean, it comes out in July, I'm assuming? Yeah, I think it's July it's coming out. Let's see, it's May right now, it's the beginning of May. It's May 8th at the time of me recording this video. If you were to start now, you would have to at the very least watch about 15 episodes a day, maybe 20 just to be able to catch up. I'm just saying, because when I was watching it with my friend Trent, we watched, we sometimes watch 10 episodes, sometimes maybe even 20 every day or 2 days. So, if you want to catch up, you're gonna have to probably binge a lot. Hey Chibi, in the Marvel Universe, there are 6 Infinity Stones, each with different powers. Out of these, which one would you choose? Don't worry, this isn't really a major spoiler. Out of all of the stones, the Infinity Stones, I would probably go with the Soul one. And the reason why is because it follows the basic nature of how we are as humans. Humans are a type of creature that always seek for the ultimate goal, something that is almost unattainable. Immortality. You could say whatever you want, you could say that it would suck to be immortal, and in a lot of ways it would. There'd be a lot of drawbacks, but at the same time, humanity has always had that drive, that passion to want to seek immortality. Think about all the stories throughout, history and all that, Holy Grail and all that and stuff. So, I mean, when you think about it, it's always been mankind's greatest goal, what they've wanted. And so, if I was to be able to somehow have a, Infinity Stone, I'd probably go for the mastery of life after death. How's your dad doing? Right now my dad, he's okay. He has a lot of pain right now because his teeth was removed. He got some teeth fixed, but he's doing okay. Like, he doesn't need to take any antibiotics or anything like that because overall he did a really good recovery and he was looking good after he got his teeth pulled. But overall he did get some, medicine to take, but he has been taking it because he's the type of person that just does not like taking pain meds at all. So he's been working through the pain for the most part. How do you think Yomo would react if Kaneki told him the truth about Artema? Because Artema still killed his sister. Also, how would Kaneki react if Yomo tried to attack Artema? If he had to choose one, who would he side with? Okay, number one, Kaneki probably wouldn't make a choice. If it came to Yomo and Artema fighting each other and he had to side with who he would kill or fight, he would definitely not make a choice. He would be a bystander and he would fall into the exact same mistake he's always done throughout the series. Now, if we're talking about how would Yomo react if Kaneki told him the truth about Artema, I think he would be able to move on. I think Yomo's at that point with his character where he's fine. He can move on past what Artema did. That's why he's looking towards Kaneki and Toka's relationship. So, I think for the most part, he would be he'd be a little bit sad, but at the same time, he would move on. And as for Kaneki, if he acted the Yomo trying to attack Artema, it would make a lot of sense. He would understand that Artema has caused a lot of grief for others out in the world, so I think, honestly, he would understand both sides. Do you know if you've ever met anyone with autism in the anime community? Outside of my group of friends, I know personally, I don't really know, and it's kind of been on my mind recently. Also, you ever notice whenever I'm on a CQ, I have a different profile picture for what I'm reading? Yeah, you kind of do, don't you? But, I know quite a few, actually. I have a couple of friends that I communicate regularly with, and in a way, I technically am autistic. If I'm correct, ADHD and ADD is a form of autism. I could be wrong there. You can correct me in the comments below. Don't slit my throat if I'm wrong, but I believe it is a form, and I do have ADHD. I actually was diagnosed with it growing up. I've calmed down considerably since then, but I did have ADHD, and I just couldn't stay still and all that. I kept moving and stuff, so yeah, I guess that I do have some form or strand of it, I guess, but, I mean, I don't really know. That's what I was told in the past. Have you seen Infinity War? If so, what did you think? Also, Vegeta went up against Thanos, and the result is as you would expect. Kakarot, I don't feel so good. But, okay, jokes aside, have I seen Infinity Wars? No, I have not seen Infinity Wars, and the reason why is I'm not caught up. I haven't even watched Avengers Age of Ultron. I haven't seen Civil War. I haven't seen Thor Ragnarok. I have not seen Black Panther. I haven't seen Ant-Man. I haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. I have quite a bit to catch up with. I mean, I've seen 4, 1, and 2, I've seen Iron Man 1 and 2, and I think 3 as well, and I've seen Captain America 1 and 2, and watched the original Avengers, but I've never actually watched anything else after that, so I'm kind of out of the loop when it comes to Marvel. I would definitely love to, catch up. I was thinking of doing some form of binge or whatever, like purchasing the movies and watching them on my Xbox, but it would take a lot of time, and it'd probably delay some videos if I was to do something like that. Do you know a good picture of Okarin? I want a good one as my profile picture. Here you go, fam. All Might versus Whitebeard. Who will win? Assuming they both go all out with everything they have. Okay, so if we're going to say, like, going all out and all that, we're going to assume both of them in their prime, okay? We're going to go by the fact that All Might is in his prime, he can go all out. Whitebeard is in his prime, he can go out. And now, if we're saying that they're not in their prime, then they both need to not be in their prime. We cannot have, like, Whitebeard in his prime and All Might not. So, if we're having them in prime or not in prime, I still would say, at the end of the day, Whitebeard would win. Because Whitebeard could literally shatter the planet. All Might may be insanely powerful, but he is not Whitebeard level. I'm sorry to say that. With Whitebeard's hockey, Conqueror's hockey, to what he's capable of and what we know he could be potentially capable of, I would go with Whitebeard being able to beat All Might. Chibi, can I interest you in some cookies? I would definitely take those Anna cookies. Oh yes, Shimonetta is greatness. Chibi, I love your content so far. I really need an answer for this one though. Should I be an anime only or start reading the light novel of Overlord? I think the anime isn't that good compared to how much the light novel is praised. Okay, so my personal opinion on it, Season 1 of Overlord is pretty trash. I really recommend reading the first 3 volumes of the light novel of Overlord to get a true understanding of what was going on. There's a lot of details that were cut out from the anime. Season 2, it's a lot better. It's a really good step in the right direction for the series. There is some content cut, I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to Season 2 of Overlord. There is quite a bit of content cut, but a lot of the content either isn't relatively that important, or in all honesty, the only stuff that was cut that was important was stuff that just, added more to Ainz' character, other individual characters, giving them their, own psyche and stuff. But, I mean, overall, the anime is pretty good. But, I mean, if you really do like Overlord and you want the true experience, I do recommend reading the light novel. But watch the anime as well, because the anime has been pretty freaking good. Am I a bit late for the questions? Lol, hope you are well, Chibi. Thank you for all the awesome reviews. In your opinion, from all the characters you have read/seen, has the most powerful ability, supernatural or not? One that comes to mind would be Juha Bach from, Bleach. The only reason why Juha Bach lost in the first place was just because of rushed pacing of Bleach and just shonen. But in terms of the description of Juha Bach's character and all that, and the ability he had in Bleach at the end, he was nigh immortal. There was just no way anyone could potentially beat the character. He was legitimately broken. So I would say Bach is probably the strongest character, at least at what comes to my mind, that has the most powerful abilities. Which My Hero Academia volume cover is your favorite? Mine is either volume 6 or 11. This would be my favorite My Hero Academia volume cover. Do you play video games, and what's your favorite type? Yeah, I do play video games quite a bit. I talk about it quite often, actually, on the channel. My favorite type of video games is usually RPGs and strategy games. I do play MOBAs, mainly Smite, though. I've talked about this consistently throughout the years of me being a YouTuber, and I would say it's the one I actively play the most. In terms of game-wise, Smite is the one I consistently play. I've been playing a lot of Fortnite and Rainbow Six Siege, though, recently, which I love those games quite a bit as well. So, I mean, those are the recent games that I've been playing, but my favorite type has always been RPGs. I've always loved the story-driven stuff, or, you know, Diablo 3 and stuff, so yeah. If you could read just the last chapter of One Piece today, would you? Nope, I would not. It would spoil the journey for the series for me. I would not look at the last chapter. If I was offered it by Oda himself, I'd say, no, I want to see the series. I want to see the journey of it. I don't want to have the final chapter spoiled to me. Hey, Chibi, I'm a huge fan of your channel. What do you think of this 02 poster I got from my birthday yesterday? Spicy. And happy birthday to you. When you do decide to date a girl in the future, would you prefer someone older than you or younger than you? All honesty, I don't really care. I really don't care if they're older or younger than me, just hopefully they could accept me for who I am or what I like. Could you go to an anime expo this year so I can meet you and give you a hug? Aw, bro, I'd give you a hug too. I'd give all of you guys a hug if you were to meet me at, an anime con. I don't know if I will go to one this year. It really comes down to money and the situation of my schedule, but if I did, I would make sure to let all of you know. I miss your vlogs, and do you have Snapchat, Chibi? Please pick up my question, and thanks for your time. I do miss doing the vlogs, I admit. It just took so much effort, so much time to edit. It was just absolutely ridiculous. But on top of that, I had so many things, thanks to, you guys constantly sending me letters and stuff. I didn't have any place to really put anything, and it became overwhelming, which is why I haven't really done the Chibi vlogs in a very long time. But I do miss them, and I do want to eventually get back to doing them. That is something I really do want to do. But, do I have a Snapchat? No, I don't really fiddle with any other, social media, platform. I only really use Twitter, and that's about it. I just like Twitter. I like how simple it is, and I can communicate with you guys very quickly. I just stick with Twitter. Would you drop the My Hero Academia manga now so you could be an anime only, or would you continue to read and just wait for more seasons till we see the current chapter anime? Nope. I'm an impatient boy. There is just no way I could stop reading the manga after being this far. It's a really good series. In what direction would you like to see them take Dabi's character? I would love for Horikoshi to clarify if Dabi is Todoroki's brother or not. That is something I really want to know. How do you determine a trap in anime? If it's a dude and it looks like a girl, it's a trap. What do you think a cancerous fandom consists more of? People that only care about ships over plot, or elitists that think they are entitled to talk trash over people's opinions, even if those people aren't being serious? I would say both. Both sides are a part of a cancerous fandom. I mean, there's a lot of different layers to a fandom that just straight up is toxic, and I would say that, both of them, both sides. Since your UA Trader vid, are you still looking forward to the Trader plot for its potential, or do you think that's getting overhyped? Image, me after looking up Trader. I don't think it's overhyped. It's definitely going to play a major part very soon, most likely after this upcoming arc in the anime, because usually when it comes to anime and manga, usually the manga readers like to have, a parallel to the events in the anime and the manga. It's something that happens consistently, I've noticed. And so, the time when, the upcoming arc ends, most likely we might have the identity revealed for the Trader for UA. I have a feeling, a gut feeling something like that's gonna happen. And so with that, I want to end this video here. I love you guys. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe, stay healthy. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. If you like this video, please leave a like. Chibi out.